to the Child's View today. It will be very much amazing because what we're gonna talk about is the nutrition of children. The nutrition in our society have become a really big issue. Why? Because we have everything and we are able to eat everything and we see how it's changing our bodies and minds. Okay? So let's get started because there are many fears and a lot of unknowledge and substances where we are just not true what actually would be the best choice. This is pretty simple to answer because it is the same like for you, almost. There are only few differences when you have little toddlers, but as good as it is for you to eat healthy and balanced food, it is also supporting your child. And while seeing yourself eating certain things, the child will recognize, oh, that is nice and this is tasting good. And of course, this is a big support. And in a society where we have to deal with a lot of illnesses actually caused by wrong dieting, I will just mention a few. We have like diabetes, we have like adipositas, and of course we have the opposite too. We have these people who are not eating at all to just fulfill the perfect body of being skinny. And this is a lot of training with children because actually everybody is different. That's how we look like and even in the way we behave. And if we are talking about nutrition, it is a major point to feel comfortable with what you eat, how you eat, and we talk about what it will do to your body, okay? So, we all know that it is very good for our health to eat a lot of vegetables and food. This should be the main part of your nutrition. And drinking plenty of water is also helping the body to get rid of all kinds of substances we just don't need or which are simply bad for us. And if we focus that a little more, we will realize, okay, what we know, what is good for our body, is also helpful for our children's body. There are only quite few differences, and these differences are salt and certain substances we have which are added to our food where we already know which are even like harmful to ourselves, and of course they are for our kids as well. Like we have sweeteners, for example, which are suggesting us, or the food companies are suggesting us, it will be less calories, it will be more helpful, but actually it does the opposite. And the third point, it is sugar. Sugar we are getting used to, and the level of sugar our body needs is different. And if we train our body to consume a lot of sugar, it's getting used to, and it's almost getting addicted to have a lot of sugar. So if we train our children in early age that it is okay and that it is part of our nutrition to have a lot of sugar, salt, and other substances in our food, their body will get used to it. And there are different issues they have to deal with because an overweight in a childhood is taking very much and hard work to get rid of. So instead, if we avoid that, we will have a more freely and a more joyful child. Because overweight is not doing any good to anybody of us. So we have just some simple and basic rules which we are taking part in our nutrition. And these are avoiding too much salt and spices, and also avoid too much sugar. And I'm not talking the sugar which is nowadays talked about, which is hidden in certain kind of fruits. No, this is a natural sugar. I'm talking about preservatives. I'm talking about manufactured sugar, and I'm also talking about using much salt. If you reduce these three components and instead replacing it with a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, and plenty of water, your child is freely happy growing. And our child doctor was simply explaining me one thing, and I listened very carefully because it was making sense. A lot of parents are avoiding, oh, is my child eating enough? Oh, he was not eating proper dinner. Oh, he was not wanting anything for breakfast. The child's body still knows what it needs and what it feels like to have. If we listen to that carefully, and our child is not looking underweight or overweight, we can let them eat freely. And when I say freely, then I mean that food should never be a goodie, because what we're teaching our children, if we make food or certain foods like candies a goodie, then it is entering the brain of the child and actually teaching them, oh, it's good to have chocolate or candy. If I behave well, I will get that. Instead, just take your time, and whenever you feel like, okay, we could have a piece of chocolate, then please have it with your child. So it's a normal thing and not something which is telling the brain, oh, this is good to have. It is simply a pleasure to have that, okay? And it's all fine. And if we then remember that our child, especially in young age, is looking what we are eating, then it will learn. It will learn, oh, vegetables are good, fruits are good, plenty of water is very well. So actually your child is watching you and is watching every action. So if you take the responsibility to teach children what a joy food is, and what also is very nice to do is eating with each other. In most families, there is not even one meal the family is taking together. So if you have the possibility to have one meal at least a day, where the family meets on the table, or however it is in your culture, I'm just saying, if you're sitting down and eat together, have a nice conversation together, this is teaching the joy of food. And if then the child is eaten in a good manner, you can be happy. Be simply happy and enjoy it. Okay? For more questions, please leave your comments and I will answer as good as possible for me. And I would be very glad if you leave your comments below and subscribe for my channel. So see you on the next one. Bye bye.